Shabbat Shalom from Israel at the beautiful wedding of Eli and Norit. I've never been to a wedding Friday afternoon before Shabbat, but this trip has been filled with joyous occasions. Yesterday we had a Torah dedication, we had a bar mitzvah tefillin putting on ceremony, and 2 weddings and a 3rd one on Sunday. Israel is filled with life, with joy, with vitality. Saturday night we're going to say slichot, and in the slichot we're going to say dafaknu delasecha. We come knocking on your doors, Almighty God. Do not turn us away empty-handed. And then right after that we say milfanecha malkeinu reikam al tishveinu. From before your hands, God, from before your presence, our King, God, do not turn us away empty-handed. And the question is, why do we say it twice? Do not turn us away empty. Before our King, do not turn us away empty-handed. And why in the second phrase do we say our King, while in the first one we don't say our King? Well, yesterday we celebrated the ceremony of putting on tefillin for our son Yehuda Tzvi. And it reminded me of a story that happened. There was a fellow who had a son who was having a bar mitzvah. He lived in New York City. And one day he sees all different types of security in front of the building and police cars. He says, what's going on? They tell him that the prince, the son of the king of Morocco, lives on the penthouse and his father's coming to visit him. So the father of the bar mitzvah boy says, wow, a king is coming to my building. So he knew the prince, he lived in the building, he didn't know he was a prince, that his father was the king of Morocco. So he goes to the prince, he says, I hear your father's visiting you. I would love to meet your father because in Judaism we have a special blessing when we see a king that God gave his honor to human beings. And the prince said, really, even a non-Jewish king? He says, absolutely. He said, I would like to bring my son to be able to meet your father, the king, and make this blessing. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to meet a king. We live in New York. We don't have kings. And so the son said, let me see if I could arrange it. And sure enough, he gets a message. The king would like to see them. And the bar mitzvah boy comes up with his father. And they recite the blessing in the presence of the king of Morocco. And then he starts talking. He says, I hear you have a bar mitzvah. I prepared a gift for you. And he hands them an envelope. And when they go back to their apartment, they see it's a check for $50,000. They say, wow, $50,000. They go back to the prince and they say, your father gave us a check for $50,000. But, you know, bar mitzvah gets $100, $180 maybe, $50,000. We can't accept that check. It's too much. We want to return it. The prince said, you don't understand. When my father gives a present, he's the king. He doesn't just give a present according to the occasion. He gives according to what's befitting for a king, to his capacity. For a king to give any less than $50,000 as a gift is not appropriate. And this is perhaps what we say at the slichot. We come knocking on your doors, Almighty God. Do not turn us away empty-handed. Milfanecha malkeinu reikam al tishveinu. And then we say, Milfanecha malkeinu. Don't turn us away empty-handed, but especially because we're coming to you, our King. And since you're our King, don't just give us what we are deserving of. Give us what a King is capable of giving. And that's our blessing this Saturday night. I'm going to be at the Slichot, God willing, with tens of thousands of Jews at the Kotel to open up the prayers, to storm the heavens for blessings for the new year. And that's what we say, God, send home all the hostages. Bring peace to Israel. You are the King. You can do it all. Give according to your capabilities, according to your capacity. Yesterday, when we put on tefillin with our son Yehuda Tzvi, came time to read the Torah. And at the Kotel, there are many arks that are outside for Monday and Thursday mornings for Torah readings. We went to the closest ark and we opened the doors and we sang Vayhi ben So Aron. And there were a number of Torahs, but they were all Sephardic Torahs with special Sephardic cases. And there was one small, beautiful Ashkenazi Torah, and I reached to take it, to give it to my son, to carry to Yehuda Tzvi. And then I looked at the cover, and what did it say? It said this Torah was completed on the March of the Living in Auschwitz and dedicated to the Kotel. And I turned to my son, and I said, this is unbelievable. Your great-grandparents, my grandparents, Henya and Mendel Bash, survived Auschwitz, lived to raise the next generation, who raised me, and now I am blessed to bring you to the Kotel. And they are here, buried in Jerusalem, as their final wish was to be laid to rest on Har HaMenachot. And they're welcoming us to Israel. Like the first Torah we take out is one written in Auschwitz, to remember all the Jews who perished in Auschwitz, and remembering those who survived Auschwitz. And And to me, this was a sign from God. God does not send us away empty-handed. We came to Jerusalem to celebrate our joy. And God says, I want you to know, your great-grandparents are with you. All the 6 million are with you. All of Am Yisrael are with you. Because a joy for one Jew is a joy for the whole nation of Israel. To be in Israel and have so many joyous occasions, what could be a better way to finish this year and start the new year, which God willing will be filled with joy and blessings. Shabbat Shalom from Israel.